Vancouver, Joe Charrington. In the number 09, the Newburgh Leschwamp, Sandy Machine and Auto Parts, J&W Dent Shop, J.K. Gill Stationers, LPS Manufacturing, Studebaker Connection, Kendall Motor Oil, Darrell's Economy Muffler, and Metro Auto Wrecking Cougar, Richard Ladd. In the number 66, the CNR Welding, CNR Trailer Supply, A1 Tire and Brake, Coast Auto Wrecking, Allen's Radiator Shop, Sunset Construction, Simplex Auto Parts, and Orient Video, Buick Regal from Portland, Oregon, Ron DeRue. In the number 12 automobile, the Danover Trucking, Nolan's Tires, Darrell's Economy Muffler, Loading Zone Tavern, Joni's Rock and Roll, and R&J Custom Painting Street Stock from Donald, Oregon, Van Wright. In the number 32 automobile, the McCutcheon Fence Company, Wholesale Truck Parts, Lake Tire Factory, Darrell's Economy Muffler, Coast Auto Wrecking, Sandy Auto Service, and Lintz Auto Parts. Street stock from Portland, Dale Summerholder. In the number 21 automobile, the G&S Welding and Repair, Chester Drawers, Tools, and Classic Auto Wreckers. Street stock from Boring, Oregon, Ed Mendez. In the number 03, the A&B Auto Wrecking, D&D Tire Street stock, Crazy Man, Leroy White. In the number 16, the Pioneer Auto Salvage, Interstate Automotive, Tiny's Pickup Parts, and Dusty's Machine Street Stock, the driver, Dale Holland. In the number 39 automobile, the Start Auto Repair, Central Auto Wrecking, and Atwood Plastic Street Stock from Vancouver, Washington, Doug Pitch. In the number 3 car, the Pro Truck Lines and Mr. Anonymous Street Stock, P.J. Hutton. In the number 9, the Sprecher Automotive and Machine Shop, Larson's Country Market Street Stock, the driver, Dwayne Erickson. In the number 4 car, the D&D Tire, Diamond Auto Parts West, A&B Auto Wrecking Street Stock, Doug Sutherland. In the number 29, the Anderson Construction Machine Shop and Motor Exchange, Damascus Auto Wrecking, Ed's High Treads Paint Pump and Supply Street Stock, Mr. Jim Ward. In the number 53, the J&S Steel Street Stock of Jeff Biffle. In the number 35 car, the Start Auto Repair, Street Stock of Mr. Dave Harris. In the number 96 automobile, the Northwest Cylinder Head, Coast Auto Wrecking, Gutierrez Tire and Wheel, Highland Company, and Anliker and Ingraham Racing, Ernie Ingraham. In the number 44 automobile, the Dave's Palisade Chevron, Pickup Parts, Chris and John's Auto Body, Handy Auto Parts, Dale's Auto Wrecking, Aculite Industries, Oregon City Radiator, and Larson's Pest Control. Street stock from Lake Oswego, Oregon, David Roche. In the number 48 automobile, on the outside of the front row, the Mohawk Enterprises, B&B Tire, DJ Trucking, PCR and Crew, Bob Septic Service, Ridgefield Restaurant and Lounge, and Diamond Auto Parts Rest. Street stock, Jim Cregan. And on the pole, in the number 5 automobile, the Ram Light Truck, Lee's Tires, United Battery, and O'Callahan's Restaurant, Ed Mufflers, and Gainers Automotive Street Stock, Buddy Ulibarri.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful field of cars getting set to go for 50 laps. 4 cars coming up from the transfer spot. Bill Hookster winning the B main, Kurt Ziller, Bill Metcalf, and Oz Williams. And the beautiful Pontiac pace car from the Northwest Pontiac Dealers Association now pulls the field down the backstretch of the Pontiac Grand Prix SE. Beautiful piece of machinery. Official pace car of the Portland Speedway and NASCAR nationwide. As the field now rolls out, the Northwest Push Car Association in a very tidy order gets everybody onto the field getting set to go for 50 laps of racing action. On the pace lap now, lights still ablaze on the pace car. The beautiful Pontiac pace car breaks them down the front stretch area on their parade lap. The lights still on in the pace car as it crosses the stripe. One more pace lap to go, and they'll be under starters' orders. Buddy Ulibarri and Jim Cregan on the front row. David Roche and Ernie Ingraham in the second row. Dave Harris and Jeff Biffle in the third. In the points in street stocks, it's Joe Charrington with a big lead with 465. Alan Stiles with 385 in second position. Third place is Richard Ladd with 346. Scott Lowry in fourth with 266. In fifth place, a tie between Dale Holland and Van Wright with 262 points each. Right down to the wire with a final race of the 1988 racing season for the street stock automobiles. Ladies and gentlemen, as they come out of turn 4, everybody give them a great big wave and let them know the street stocks have been a great show all year long. This is the final time we'll see them out here at the Portland Speedway. Joining me in the broadcast booth is my colleague and brother, Craig Armstrong. Great to be here, Fred. I wouldn't miss this last great big street stock event here of 1988, and of course we will be seeing the street stocks and the limited sportsman back again in 1989 along with the jalopies and some form of top division class. We're looking at some different rules and possibility of equalizing the competition a little bit up on the top division, and we'll be having our 4 divisions back here again next year. But right now it's street stock action for 50 laps on the quarter-mile oval here at the Northwest Center of Stock Car Racing, the Portland Speedway. 1 lap to go. The Pontiac pace car turns off the lights on top. That is the NASCAR symbol. We're ready to go racing in 1 lap as they come into turn number 1 now on the point. Holding them down, bringing them very slowly. The number 5 car, the Buddy Uleberry machine. On the outside, Jim Cregan in the 48 car. 44 is on the inside of the second row. On the outside, Ingraham, as they are coming out of turn number 4. The green flag flies, and the street stocks are flying towards turn number 1. Uleberry holds the point down very low. Cregan on the outside. Roche behind him. Ingraham now 2 by 2 down the backstretch, opening up just a little bit of distance. Now Cregan into turn number 3. Jim Cregan trolls the 48 car through 3, into 4, out to 4, and down the front chute across the stripe. It is the number 48 car, Jim Cregan, as he goes into turn number 1. One car breaking away is Jim Cregan. The battle right now for second is Buddy Uleberry with Ernie Ingraham on the outside. Down low is the number 44 David Roche machine. Rest of the field bunched up behind. On the outside is Jeff Biffle, Dave Harris, Doug Sutherland, and the number 29 automobile with Jim Wertscheid. Cregan crosses the stripe. It's Cregan. Uleberry second, Ingraham third. Into turn number 1 also. Roche now drops into 4th place. Uleberry is feeling a lot of pressure from Ernie Ingraham. Down the backstretch they go. Cregan with about a 10-car length lead into turn number 3. Now into turn number 4. We've got a spin and a contact with the tire on the backstretch, and a yellow flag comes out 3 laps away. Fred, 47 laps of street stock action here at the Portland Speedway yet to go. As the NASCAR lights ablaze comes out on the track one more time to bring them around for the yellow flag lap. We're delighted to have the official pace car of the NASCAR Winston Northwest Tour, a 1988 Pontiac Grand Prix SE, which is truly, believe me, trust me, I have driven the car. That cuts a quick lap around the speedway, too. It does indeed. 50 cents off all burritos at the Mexican food stand. Your last chance to taste the fine Mexican food here at the Portland Speedway in 1988. Head on down to the Mexican food stand with 50 cents off on all burritos right now. And it is the best Mexican food in the known universe and certainly north of the border, and you can get it right here at the Portland Speedway for 1 more evening only, and that is tonight before the 1988 season comes to a close. It's interesting to note, too, the pace car driver we might mention is a Northwest Push Car Association member and also official for the Winston Northwest Tour. Saw your body language, but for those that didn't, Jim Cregan up on the point. Buddy Uleberry second, Ernie Ingraham third, Dave Harris fourth, Doug Sutherland fifth. Everybody now coming in single file line on the backstretch, getting set to go. Looking for the green, it flies. Cregan and Uleberry on the gas, out of turn number 4 and across the stripe. It is Ernie Ingraham very loose out of turn number 3. Dave Harris dives down on the inside. The battle right there is for third. Down the back stretch, stretching it out just a little bit. Jim Cregan in the number 48 automobile. Buddy Uleberry in the 5, back in second position, about 2 car lengths. Back to Ernie Ingraham coming across the stripe. It is Cregan, Uleberry, Ingraham third. Into turn number 1, still Jim Cregan with about a 2-car length advantage. Top 5. Caution flag comes out on lap number 5 at your Northwest Center of Stockton. And Alan Stiles now brings it all the way around, gets the Mustang headed in the right direction. All of you here, we thank you for just as soon as we know, and as soon as we have a schedule. Lights out on the Pontiac pace car as Norm Prince takes it off into the half-mile area. Jim Cregan on the point in the number 48 car. Bruce Overbay now giving the field the signal. There's 1 lap to go to a green flag. Everybody now bunching up behind the Jim Cregan machine as Cregan begins to go down to the backstretch, knowing he has a whole gaggle of street stocks eager and anxious to get by him with 45 laps remaining in the 50-lap feature event. This is going to be a ding-dong battle as we go all the way to 50 laps, Fred. Out of turn number 4, the green flag flies. Once again, it's Cragen, Ulibarri, Ingraham, Harris, and Sutherland on the gas. The top 5 drivers into turn number 1. Some of the backfield already taking the green as they go down into turn number 3. It's going to be traffic ahead very shortly for Jim Cragen. Cragen opens it up to about 2 car lengths now as he heads out of 3 into 4. Ingraham now challenging Ulibarri coming across the line. It's Jim Cragen, Buddy Ulibarri, and Ernie Ingraham side by side for second. Ingraham now to the outside. Ulibarri very, very loose. Ingraham taking the high side. Ulibarri tries to take it just a little bit higher. Ulibarri gets sideways. Tags Harris. Down the backstretch they go. Everybody bunches up behind Ulibarri now as Jim Cragen has really got the advantage. He opens it up to about 10 car lengths. Jim Cragen with traffic in front of him goes into turn number 1. Cragen opens it up to about 5 car lengths now as he head out of turn number 2. It's a long ways back to Ernie Ingraham in the number 96 car. Currently second. Dale Holland takes the shortcut through the turn 3, turn 4 area through the dust. Now coming around, beating some traffic at the line, it is Jim Cragen, Ernie Ingraham second, Dave Harris third. Harris moves by the number 4 Doug Sutherland machine. Now he is going into turn number 1. A whole bunch of traffic, and there's a spin in front of the Cragen machine. It looks like it's going to be Spin City here as we go through the 50-lap feature. Cragen now threading the needle through some back lap traffic as he comes out of turn number 4. He's got a Kurt Silver machine and Jeff Miffle ahead of him. We've got a spin in turn number 1, or rather turn number 2, involving Summerhalder. It appears the number 34 car, Fred, helping for Ricky Lee, also involved in that spin. The driver's coming on through turn number 3 now. 34 Ricky Lee to the inside. After this time, maybe. And some official. Oh, when we center punch to the back end, that was a little bit of too much slowing down, I think. Trying to get everybody bunched and packed together and a little bit of anxiousness in the backfield. As yellow flag once again is flying. And Bruce Overbay brings out the caution flag once again, get the field back into line. Caution all the way around the course. It's Jim Cragen, Ernie Ingraham. Road City Sound, of course, the sound company of choice for Armstrong Motorsports and all of the Armstrong Motorsports broadcasts throughout the West Coast and now nationwide. Just recently in San Antonio, Texas, Dave Harris, Doug Sutherland, Dwayne Erickson, Ed Mendez. That's the way they line up, is behind Jim Cragen. They all creep along, waiting for the green flag. 9 laps down, 41 laps remaining in the 50-lap final race of the Street Stock Division for 1988 here at the Northwest Center of Stock Car Racing. Red flag flies once again. Jim Cragen out of 4. Ernie Ingraham, Dave Harris, Doug Sutherland, and Dwayne Erickson beginning to break away from the field. The top 5 drivers out of turn number 2. It's Jim Cragen down the backstretch, opens it up to about 2 car lengths. Ernie Ingraham in second, spinning down the front stretch. Bill Metcalf and the number 0 car of Rex Baker. Rex Baker gets it underway again, as does Metcalf. Here goes your leader. It's Ingraham. I'm sorry, it's Cragen. Ingraham second and Harris third. Into turn number 2 down the backstretch. Jim Cragen with Dale Summerhalder right in front of him. Ernie Ingraham making up ground on Cragen, and Cragen now again threading the needle in lap traffic as he begins to make his way around Summerhalder, sets his sights on Rex Baker in the 0 car. Cragen now to the outside of Summerhalder. Summerhalder not giving any way as they're going across and into turn number 2. Down back one more time. Ernie Ingraham staying about 5 car lengths behind the number 48 car. Cragen now gets a little bit loose in the 48 car as Ingraham cuts the distance down to about 2 car lengths. And the battle between Dave Harris and Doug Sutherland for third is really heating up as Harris is on the inside, Sutherland on the outside. Sutherland beginning to move the Maverick now down the backstretch, tries to move up on the door of the number 96 Ingraham machine, as down the front stretch one more time is Jim Cragen, and he's got Ernie Ingraham right on his rear deck as they go into turn number 1. Dave Harris pulls it out once again and drops back into third position. The side-by-side battle spins out now as Jim Cragen and Ernie Ingraham down the backstretch. Ingraham very loose and squirrely as he goes into turn number 3 with Oz Williams on the outside. Coming across the line right now, it is Jim Cragen first, Ernie Ingraham second, Dave Harris third, with Doug Sutherland side-by-side for 30 to 1. Into 1 as they go, and we've got a major melee in turn number 1 between turns 1 and 2. Cragen, our leader, is off the track. Jim Cragen spins it off the track as Doug Fitch. Pack, as a matter of fact, gridded 5th from the last of the pack in a very large field of street stocks. He's managed to wind his way up into 5th position. flag comes back in with "This Is It." This time around, green flag, 15 laps are down, 35 laps remaining in the 50-lap main event. Ernie Ingraham very slowly now coming out of turn 4. Everybody coming up to speed, trying to get a jump. The green flag flies. Charrington to the outside of Erickson. The race right there is for fourth. It is Erickson and Jumpin' Joe Charrington on the outside. Now, Doug Sutherland moves on the outside of Dave Harris. The battle right there is for second. Sutherland up high. Dave Harris standing low as Erickson pulls it out and holds on to the fourth spot. The third spot right now belonging to Doug Sutherland. Challenging for second across the line. It's Ingraham, Sutherland, and Harris. Harris to the outside, rather Harris to the inside. Sutherland to the outside. Sutherland now by a nose has second place position to come out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. We've got a great battle for fourth place as well between the number 9 car and the number 78, our current point leader. We've got a yellow flag once again. Yellow flag. Caution flag is out at the Northwest Center of Stock Car Racing once again as the field moves past into turn number 1. Everybody get third. Doug Sutherland moving up into fourth right now. Your points leader in the street stocks. Great big lead with 465 over Alan Stiles is 385. Richard Ladd 346 in third position is number 78 Jumpin' Joe Charrington. He's up into fourth position now. Caution flag gets pulled back in one more time around. We'll be under green flag racing. 17 down and 33 to go on Speedway. Working on championship number 3. Yep, this is number 2. This is number 2. All right, it is indeed. Looking for the green flag this time around. It's up to Ernie Ingraham. They're under starter's orders. Green flag flies. Sutherland to the outside of Harris. Here comes Jumpin' Joe. Coming across the line, it's Ernie Ingraham. Doug Sutherland beats Dave Harris to the line in second. They are side by side for second into turn 1. And there they go. And it is Doug Sutherland. Sutherland to the outside now. Ingraham, Ingraham with a substantial lead now. Harris tries to make a move on the inside. He's not able to do it. The door is shut and locked as the Doug Sutherland number 4 machine moves his way around it. Now, who's coming up on the outside, challenging for third, Jumpin' Joe Charrington, the number 78 car. Our two-time champion here at Portland Speedway, now making his move on the outside for first. Jumpin' Joe Charrington now with about a door as he goes into third place. Jumpin' Joe now out of turn number 4. Down the front chute one more time. Charrington pulls out of third place, dives into turn number 1. Charrington shuts the door in front of Harris now, moves up into third place. It's now Doug Sutherland making the challenge on Ernie Ingraham. Sutherland gets sideways out of the corner. On the outside comes Jumpin' Joe. They are side by side for second in turn number 3. Joe Charrington out wide. Sutherland down low at the line. It's Ingraham. Sutherland and Charrington side by side for second. Charrington and Ingraham, or rather Charrington and Sutherland now out of turn number 2. Charrington drops back just a little bit on the outside. Sutherland holds down the low point as they go into turn number 3. It's still Ernie Ingraham out front. Now to the inside, it's Joe Charrington at the line. They're going across. Doug Sutherland still in second place. That's the way to go into turn number 1. Ingraham, Sutherland, and Charrington. Charrington down low on the inside as Sutherland. Sutherland shuts the door out of turn number 2. Now down the backstretch into 3. It's Ingraham, Sutherland, and Charrington. Nose to tail. The three-way battle is for first position. Ed Mendez putting the pressure on Dave Harris. It's Ingraham, Sutherland, and Charrington at the line. And Mendez now to the inside, challenging for fourth place. Harris trying to hold him off to go into turn number 1. Harris gets really wide. Mendez to the inside one more time. Mendez will try to pick up that position as they go into turn number 3. Ed Mendez will move to third, or rather to fourth place, passing Ernie Ingraham. Or rather, I'm going to get this right. Passing Mr. Harris going out into turn number 1. Ernie Ingraham up front. Doug Sutherland in second, Jumpin' Joe Charrington biding his time now with 23 laps down, 27 to go, and 50 laps lead. The top 3 cars, the 3-car breakaway for the lead. It's Ingraham, and then back to Doug Sutherland and Jumpin' Joe Charrington coming across the line. Charrington putting the pressure on Doug Sutherland now into turn number 1. Mendez beginning to break away from Harris and join the lead draft. Out of turn number 2, some lap traffic in the way as Alan Stiles very slowly staying in the event for points going down the back stretch. Out of turn number 3 now, nose to tail for the lead. It's Ernie Ingraham, Doug Sutherland, and Joe Charrington. The bump going on out of turn number 4 now into turn number 1. It's Ernie Ingraham pulling it around. Doug Sutherland right there in second place, loose back bumper, and right up his bumper is the number 78 car of Jumpin' Joe Charrington. Charrington now to the outside. Ed Mendez putting the pressure on, trying to muscle his way into third place. Mendez real low. Charrington chops him off. Going out of turn number 4 into turn number 1. Trying a move on the outside. Now Ingraham tries to get low as Sutherland now goes around. Mendez now wheel to wheel. Will Charrington down the backstretch. He's going to get a block from Sutherland. Sutherland now to the inside. Charrington tries on the the outside. It is a dead heat for third place as they come across the line. Mendez, Charrington now pulls it out. Ingraham still hangs on to the turn number 1. Charrington stays to the outside of Mendez. Mendez down low. Charrington up high. Charrington challenging for third. He pulls it out now, coming around the outside of Doug Sutherland. Sutherland holds on down low. That is the battle for a second now. Coming across out of turn number 4 at the line is Ingraham, and Charrington and Sutherland side by side for second. Into turn number 1 now. Charrington still to the outside. He's going to have a little bit of block traffic as the number 60 car provides a slow-moving vehicle, and Charrington pulls it out in second place. Now Charrington looking to the outside of the Ingraham machine. Charrington stands on the loud pedal out of turn number 4. Jumping Joe Charrington now moves the horsepower, pulls him into turn number 1, still to the outside. Ingraham brings it down low. A little loose with Ingraham in the 96 car. Charrington to the outside one more time. Horsepower to the advantage of the 78 car. Jumping Joe Charrington goes from back to front as they come out of turn number 4. Sutherland goes wide. Mendez dives down. It's Charrington, Ingraham, Sutherland, and Mendez into turn number 1. Joe Charrington, Ernie Ingraham, Sutherland with Mendez down on the low side. That is the battle for third. Mendez keeps it down low, drives Sutherland all the way out to the outside retaining wall into turn number 3. Mendez keeps it down low. It's coming across the line now. Your leader, Joe Charrington, Ernie Ingraham second, and Mendez third. Mendez pulls it out as they go into turn number 1. Lots of last traffic in front of Joe Charrington, and he still has a miracle of Ernie Ingraham as now Ed Mendez begins to move and make his way towards the second place position. The battle ensuing now and will be coming up, and that's Ingraham and Mendez. Doug Sutherland hanging gamely in for fourth place, trying to make up the distance as they go into some lap traffic. Jumping Joe Charrington still leads him into turn number 2. Charrington opens it up to about 5 car lengths now down the back stretch, coming into some traffic. Around the outside is some other traffic. Ernie Ingraham and Mendez and Doug Sutherland 1, 2, and 3 bunched up for that second spot. Coming across the line, opening up the lead, it's Jumping Joe, Ernie Ingraham, and Mendez and Doug Sutherland. Joe Charrington now with about a 10-car length advantage. He's now behind the David Roche machine. Down the back stretch they go. And we have a spin into the number 0 car. Rex Baker spins it in turn number 4 as the leaders come out of turn number 4 now. David Roche providing a little bit of block traffic as the number 78 car of Jumping Joe Charrington still with a tremendous advantage. Now Ed Mendez, the 21 in second place. Doug Sutherland has moved to third. Ernie Ingraham drops back to fourth place. Mendez doing a superb job of driving, also coming from the back part of the field to the front. Mendez now with Doug Sutherland glued to the back bumper. Charrington dives into some very, very difficult situations now with 2 abreast lap traffic as he is trying to make his way and maintain that front position into turn number 3. Mendez a little bit loose down the backstretch. Holds Sutherland back. Charrington now not able to make up the advantage he had, and then Mendez is beginning to chop it down to turn number 1. Jumping Joe Charrington now behind some traffic, and the lead is still about 5 car lengths as Ed Mendez now in second spot, moving around Doug Sutherland, and Ernie Ingraham drops back to about 4th position, is now coming out of turn number 4, bunched up in some traffic. Is Joe Charrington into turn number 1. Richard Ladd now making his way up the field. Rich Ladd down to the inside of Doug Sutherland. That right there is a battle for 4th position. That would be 3rd position right now. Richard Ladd pulls it out now. Ladd to the outside of Ed Mendez. Jumping Joe Charrington out of turn number 4. It is Charrington and Mendez and Ladd side by side for second. Into turn number 1, it's Rich Ladd to the outside. Ladd pulls it out. Mendez now caught temporarily behind David Roche, but Rich Ladd gets a little bit loose into out of turn number 2 into turn number 3. Rich Ladd now with Doug Sutherland making the move. Sutherland, they're playing dominoes all the way around. Doug Sutherland leapfrogs himself into second place. Ladd holds it down low. He's still blocked by lap traffic, and there goes Doug Sutherland. Sutherland now pulls it out. Sutherland has moved into second place. Rich Ladd to 3rd. Mendez moves back to 4th. Ingraham now challenging Mendez for 5th place as out of turn number 1. In or out of turn number 4 is Joe Charrington. Jumping Joe now takes it into 1. Driving very conservatively, holding his line low. Looking very, very smooth. Not a wheel out of place to go and see. First one, we have a spin. This is spin by Jim Ward, and David Roche does a real big jump out of turn number 2. Now down the backstretch one more time. Charrington in the front stretch already beginning to encounter some of the last traffic. He'll have his hands full as number 4, Doug Sutherland. Then the 09 car of Rich Ladd. That's 2 and 3. And Rich Ladd now to the inside of Sutherland as they go down the backstretch one more time. Rich Ladd on the loud pedal into turn number 3. Ladd and Sutherland wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. Ladd to the inside. Sutherland to the outside. This is the battle for second place. And it's going to be Rich Ladd into turn number 1. Rich Ladd pulls it out now down the backstretch. Jumping Joe Charrington having an awful time to get around Bill Metcalf. Metcalf lap traffic is not going to let him get by. Metcalf very, very loose in the corners, and Charrington having to choose a very, very conservative line to get on through. Rich Ladd now in second. Third, Mendez. Fourth, Ernie Ingraham. Fifth. Now the field moves down the backstretch. Charrington once again trying to get around Metcalf. That is lap traffic as they go into turn number 3. Metcalf holds it down low. Charrington stays up high. Charrington now really caught up in some traffic at the line. It's Charrington, Ladd, Sutherland, and Mendez. 44 laps down, 6 laps remaining in the 50-lap street stock feature event here. The last street stock race of the 1988 season, and currently it's the number 78 car, Jumpin' Joe Charrington, your current points leader, 2-time champion here at the Northwest Center of Stock Car Racing. But right now, his mirrors are becoming full of Rich Ladd. Rich Ladd moving like a white lightning hauler as he goes into turn number 1 now. He is in second place and he's making up ground fast as Joe Charrington leads them down the backstretch. Joe Charrington, the one-car breakaway up front with some traffic between he and Richard Ladd in second position. Right now, third place goes to Doug Sutherland. Fourth is Ed Mendez coming across the line. 46 down, 4 remaining. It is Jumpin' Joe Charrington with a lot of track between him. Right now, the battle for second place continues on as Rich Ladd moves his way through a lot of traffic. Doug Sutherland sitting back in third. Fourth place, Ed Mendez. Here comes your leader. Out of turn number 4 and a lot of traffic ahead. It's Jumpin' Joe at the line. Rich Ladd second. And third, Doug Sutherland. Sutherland comes up along Richard Ladd into turn 1. It's a tough sledding for the number 09 car of Rich Ladd trying to make his way around the 40 and the 66 as Rich Ladd now to the inside trying to defend that second place position with an awful lot of real estate between himself and the number 78 Jumpin' Joe Charrington. Charrington now with a very comfortable lead, 48 laps down, 2 laps to go as they go into the last couple of laps of this 50-lap feature race as the Portland Speedway street stock season winds down with 2 laps remaining. Jumpin' Joe Charrington, the number 78 car, brings it out of turn number 4. He leads the gaggle of street stocks across the line. The white flag flies for Jumpin' Joe Charrington. Jumpin' Joe Charrington takes it into turn number 1 for the final time. Right now, Doug Sutherland in third spot, coming up on the backside of Richard Ladd. Down the backstretch, your leader with Rich Ladd in second. Doug Sutherland third, and Ed Mendez fourth. Into turn number 4, the checkered flag comes out now along the front stretch. The rest of the field comes through. Spin, and Joe Charrington takes the win. Richard Ladd second, Doug Sutherland third. Getting set to go with limited sportsman action on the quarter mile 50 lap